Hello and welcome to Michael Pepper Tech. In today's video, we're going to take a short walk and talk about getting away from the iPhone, even if you prefer other products in the Apple ecosystem, which is okay. But maybe you've been considering using another device, using an Android phone, and I want to talk about my journey doing that this. So, I was a little bit nervous about going away from using an iPhone as my main device and getting rid of the iPhone and switching it up, but I did pick up a OnePlus 13 in February. And a little bit after that, I picked up the S25 Ultra, and I also do have a Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I like the advantages of the Android ecosystem when it comes to the ability to just kind of experience different hardware, whether it's a certain product for the cameras or it's foldables or maybe an anti-reflective display or an S Pen or DeX mode or just the features that are kind of outside the narrow scope that Apple focuses on. There's nothing wrong with what Apple does. They know their market, but you have multitude of options out there. And so considering that, I would like you to think about if you're going to switch away from the iPhone and use Android, the benefits of doing so and some things you might want to consider. There are alternatives to AirPlay. You have Air Receiver, there's like Air Parrot that you can put on a Mac or a Windows machine and you can cast your audio from your Android phone to it. There's KDE Connect. There are multitudes of, videos out there that tell you how to interconnect between Mac and Android, Windows and Android. And if you're an iPhone user and you're worried about iCloud stuff, maybe you're somebody who, uses iCloud for your mail, has your photos. There's the iCloud website. You can load it up. I actually have it saved on my home screen on my Android devices so I can quickly access it. All my photos in the cloud are there. All my events that I've shared with my wife are there, but I've got most of those synced up to Google. So the easiest thing to do before your switch is sign into your Gmail and your Google account if you haven't already done so, and just make sure that your contacts, your calendars, everything syncs up to that. And then when you sign into your Android device, it'll be super easy for you to, you know, have everything sync up. The other thing I would like you to consider is, syncing over your apps. If you have a bunch of paid apps that you bought on the App Store, yes, it will be a bit of a challenge for you to get away from that, to, get into things. But if you have in-app purchases, a lot of them sync up to an account. So you might be able to get away with that just fine and still sign in and still get access to your content as long as the app developer set it up that way. Yes, there'll be a little bit of work, but once you get past the initial phase, I think you get to experience and enjoy the hardware on the other side that you were looking forward to experiencing. Now, when you consider watches, I use the OnePlus Watch 2, and it is brilliant. One of the things that I have the advantage of is SpO2 monitoring is there. And, Apple, if you have a newer watch, or maybe you had an older watch and you had to get it replaced, you lost the SpO2 function. You had, Apple had a lawsuit, got rid of that. Also, battery life, also charging 50 minutes for a full charge. Also, different style, looks more like a normal watch. Multitude of bands because this uses a standard band size, so I could choose to use a different watch band. Things to just consider when you think about switching away is there are a bunch of people that have done it, and there are a bunch of tutorials out there as far as how to do such, how to set up iCloud with a Windows machine, how to, because this doesn't just relate, maybe you want to keep an iPhone, but you don't like Mac OS, or you're looking at picking up a laptop for your kid, but you don't want to spend that much on a MacBook. You want to pick up a cheaper Windows machine or a Chromebook or something. There are ways to make it work, ways to make it sync. Apple's actually made it easier over time there is the iCloud desktop utility where you can sign in and sync everything up. And so you don't have to really worry about it. Some coming from somebody who has gone back and forth several times, I experienced being entirely in the Samsung ecosystem and decided that some of their hardware just isn't for me. So the tools are out there, and you're watching me on YouTube, and so you probably came to my channel either because you've been watching or you're curious about the experience. So my thoughts are, if you're someone who doesn't like change, I understand being nervous about it, but also consider sometimes change is a good thing. Sometimes it makes us realize what else is out there, what we've been missing, and what other positive experiences we can have, whether it's maybe faster charging, better battery life, brighter display. Maybe you're coming from a lower end iPhone, faster refresh rate. And you can get cheaper devices out there that experience a lot of the same features without having to worry about it. So take the leap. If you have any questions, if you need help with certain things, obviously comment down below, and I'm completely willing to help as much as I can or provide links and things of that nature. I hope you found this video helpful. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Also, click the like button on the way out down below. And if you have made the switch, give your useful tips down below. If you made the switch and regretted it, let me know down below. And stay tuned to the channel for more content discussions like this. Thanks for watching. Peace, love. See you in the next one.